So this is just one random thing. Now again, y'all, I just want to say, I talk about this a lot. 95% of Americans do not eat fiber on a daily basis. What is fiber? Fiber is vegetables. Now, this is something I should have looked up before. I don't know how I didn't know this. This number was so staggeringly high. But along with 95% of Americans that don't know how to eat vegetables, apparently 75% of Americans don't know how to drink water. And again, also that combined with the fact that most water in this country is poisoned, I'm going to take a moment to talk about dehydration. If you have water that is not poisoned in your vicinity, drink some water. I've got water right here in the form of carbonated water, aka seltzer. So let me read this. America's chronic dehydration problem. Water is the foundation of our planet. It covers 71% of our Earth's surface and 60% of the human body, making it a critical element to all of life. Fun fact, by the way, water is 92% of the weight of mushrooms. So I'm just throwing that out there. Then why is it that 75% of all Americans are suffering from chronic dehydration? 3/4 of Americans are too dumb to drink water. Now, again, it's not just the dummy Americans. It's the fact that our water systems are poisoned. Our infrastructure is poisoned. Water is difficult to come by. Water is a commodity. You have to pay for water. You have to pay for water filters, etc., etc., etc. What the fuck is going on here? It's all over the place. It comes from the sky. Water comes from the sky. You have to pay for it? What? If they can make a way to pay for oxygen, they would. A survey conducted by New York Hospital and Cornell Medical Center found that 75% of its 3,000 subjects were experiencing net fluid loss from chronic dehydration. It is therefore no exaggeration to say America is indeed facing a dehydration crisis. Now again, this is a study that came up before the pandemic. I'm sure it's much worse. I'm sure this continues to get worse. I cannot recommend drinking water. I recommend drinking 5 liters of water per day. That's my opinion. And so, there you go. Health effects of chronic dehydration. Chronic dehydration can lead to an immense amount of concerning health issues. So this is the same thing with fiber. Again, if you do not eat properly, if you do not drink water, you are significantly more likely to develop diseases, to get sick, etc., to just have brain fog, to just like when you get up. I recommend in the morning, and actually I recommend in the evening, if you don't have an get a water bottle, pour it, fill it in the evening, put it right next to your bed, drink it as soon as you wake up, all of it. I recommend a liter in the morning as soon as you wake up. Trust me, before your coffee, before you go to the bathroom, whatever, do that shit right now. Like if you haven't, do it ASAP, because again, I guarantee you the rest of your morning and your day is going to be significantly better as a result. But anyway, and has been linked to decreased kidney function, kidney stones, hypertension, urinary tract infections, intestinal failures, and even dementia. Again, brain problems. And while this evidence is already devastating enough, the truth is researchers are only just starting to understand all the many effects that chronic dehydration could be wreaking on our bodies. And who knows what further harm this epidemic may be creating for chronically dehydrated Americans. Why does chronic dehydration occur? Okay. Chronic dehydration is a rather strange phenomenon concerning the body is programmed to alert us when we are water deficient through the brain's sensation of thirst. What's more, much like your car's gas gauge, our brains are programmed to give us the sensation well before we reach the stage of dehydration, even as soon as when we are only a few hundred milliliters short of water. However, many biological and social factors have emerged to help us ignore our brain signal and quicken the onset of dehydration. One of the other problems is people will drink things like soda, coffee, that kind of stuff. Yes, is there water in it? Absolutely. But oftentimes, right, soda, for example, has such high sodium content, and the sodium is it's like the anti-water, right? So then it like sucks out the water of your system and actually leaves you even more dehydrated. Sure, does it feel good when you drink the fucking Coca-Cola? Maybe. But at the same time, you're doing a net negative on your hydration levels. Coffee as well. So again, I recommend just drinking water. Seltzer, if you need the carbonation or whatever, I recommend seltzer. It's pretty decent as well. Anyway, when we feel the sensation of thirst, many of us will turn to sugary sodas or caffeinated beverages to cure our thirst. But the truth is, these beverages only serve to extrapolate the issue further. Adding to the problem, many of us can confuse our brain signal for thirst as a need for rest or food. People think that when they start to get weak or they have a headache, they need to eat something, explains Grace Webb, assistant blah, blah, blah. But most often they need to drink. Those of us who engage in strenuous exercises like mountain biking or marathon running also expel more water than most Americans and therefore require a higher intake. Athletes who engage in any incline or altitude sports may find themselves particularly susceptible to dehydration. So you can read the rest of this if you'd like. But again, as a culture, we're dumb. Americans are fucking stupid. We don't know how to eat vegetables, right? We don't know how to drink water. We're fucking dumb. But how did this happen? How did Americans get so fucking stupid? How did American society get so fucking goddamn stupid? Well, it's because the owners of this country designed it, right? We are walking around, we are playing a board game, y'all. We are going on the loops in Monopoly, we are pass and go, we're collecting $200, we are on the tram lines that the owners have set up for us, right? The owners have taught us how to be stupid. The owners have poisoned our infrastructure, poisoned our food, poisoned our air to make us sick all the time, right? So again, I need everyone to understand your health. If you actually spend time, effort, and money, I know money, right? Oh, boogeyman, money, I get it. But if you spend time, effort, and money on your health, that is the single most anti-capitalist action you could possibly engage in, is to actually live healthy, right? And to be healthy. And again, that does not mean like buying expensive fucking like, vegan patties at the local restaurant for $30, right? It means eating, things like beans or whatever that are, better on the environment than meat, that kind of stuff, right? There's all degrees. Because again, once you are healthy, happy, and there is no third one in there, you are able to spread that health and happiness to other people. The healthier and happier you are, the more likely you are to be a positive influence on other people. And again, the single most radical act you can do in this country when 75% of Americans don't drink enough water and 95% of Americans don't eat enough vegetables, right? The most radical thing you can do in this country is to take care of yourself, because we are trained from birth. We are educated from birth. We are taught to be stupid, to ignore our bodies, and to hurt ourselves for the sake of capitalists. And so again, drink some freaking water, y'all. I'm thirsty.